And what the fuck do you mean 1,000 hikers are stuck on fucking Mount Everest? Mount Optional Everest? Like the mountain that you actually don't have to climb, Mount Everest?
Okay, so I just found out that over 1,000 people is stuck on the mountain, Mount Everest. Yeah, they paid $40,000 to climb this mountain, Mount Everest. And then they stuck. They stuck. Why? Because it was a whole snowstorm that came through and buried their asses. They sure did. And then now they expecting for people who would never think about doing some stuff like that in a million years to come save their ass. They got families and all. They care about their lives and every damn thing. And then y'all want these people who would never think about that shit, to come to save y'all stupid ass. That ain't got shit to do with us. I'm not telling nobody to come save y'all. No, leave them there. That's y'all's business. Y'all did that. No, that's y'all's business.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen. So are white people just audacious, or do black people have a more sense of survival? I mean, instinct of survival?
Right, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the 1,000 Mount Everest adventure seekers who got stuck on the mountain. And the better part of this week, let's just say, this story has been going viral, and that is why we're asking the question today. Are white people more audacious, or is it that black people have a better sense of survival, right? So let's watch what we've prepared for you, and then we come back and talk about it. But guys, we'd like to hear your thoughts and opinion on this, and also consider subscribing if it's your first time here, right? I just might say that Black Americans had hilarious reactions towards this, and we're going to be playing those in a short while. And even the funny thing is that even white people came out castigating these people, you know. So do they deserve sympathy, or was this something that was brought upon thyself, right? Let's watch, and then we come back and talk about it.
I'm casually minding my black business, right? And I come across that it's 1,000 people that's stuck on Mount Everest. I would assume Caucasian, okay? No offense, but that sounds like a Caucasian activity, right? So they over there stuck like Chuck over there, right? So I was like, ever since I seen Sheila go up that mountain to try to save her marriage, I knew that was a place that you would never find me, okay? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's so grand about Mount Everest. Like, once you reach the top, is there a pot of gold? Keep in mind, this is completely optional, all right? So they get up there and get stuck. My thing is, who finna go and rescue them? I was like, you better call Elsa from Frozen, because who told you to go up there? Keep in mind, y'all, it costs like $30K to like $120K to climb this mountain, right? I mean, I do feel bad kind of in a way, but it's like, why would you even go up there? I feel even more bad for the people that gotta go up there and rescue them. Listen, you would have been better off calling Tyrone before calling me. It only took Sheila one time to go up that mountain for me to know that would never be a place for me.
Okay, real quick, if you're not black, keep scrolling. I'll give y'all a few seconds to follow directions. They go? Okay. Listen, I just heard that it's 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest right now. 1,000 people. Do y'all know how many people 1,000 is? So let's play a game. Just us. All right, everybody else is gone. Out of 1,000 people, how many of those people are one of us? Huh? How many people you think are black? And the answer is not 0. You can't say 0. And you can't even say 1. Out of 1,000 people, my guess, 7. Yeah, I think I was leaning 9 at the beginning, but now I feel like it's 7.
Just go back. I'm captured.
She calls it the death zone, but how dangerous is it really, and why? Well, to date, 340 people have gone to climb Mount Everest and haven't made it back. The death zone is the part of the mountain above 8,000 meters, and it's not uncommon for hikers to actually see bodies on their journey there because the conditions are so extreme that they can't even be recovered. The reasons people don't make it back from Everest include avalanches, exhaustion, falls, and high altitude sickness, including extra swelling in the brain and fluid building up in the lungs. Overcrowding on the mountain can increase these risks, causing queues to the summit, which is why the Nepalese government is trying to control that, being tighter with the permits. Climbers can reduce their risks by having 3 to 4 liters of water daily, having carbohydrate-rich meals, avoiding alcohol and caffeine, and climbing up slowly, making sure to stop if you have signs of altitude sickness like headache, nausea, or excessive fatigue. Some trekkers even use drugs to avoid altitude sickness like acetazolamide, but these should always be done under medical supervision. Would you try it?
And what the fuck do you mean 1,000 hikers are stuck on fucking Mount Everest? Mount Optional Everest? Like the mountain that you actually don't have to climb, Mount Everest? Like the mountain whose PR team has made it very clear that if you climb this fucking mountain, you are going to die, Mount Everest? A mountain that is flooded with dead bodies that cannot be retrieved, Mount Everest? I am genuinely confused on why anybody, let alone 1,000 people, would choose to go fucking climb Mount Everest. Is the view that goddamn good at the top? It's the fact that climbing that mountain is not free. Climbing that mountain is not free. It costs thousands of fucking dollars. Thousands of American doll hairs, and y'all are paying to go be unalived. To see some fucking snow that you can see in Connecticut. Like, how do you even find 1,000 hikers to go on a hike to fucking Mount Everest? Is there a goddamn group chat? If there is a group chat, I would like to see the conversations that led up to them deciding that they were going to go on a fucking hike up fucking Mount Everest. Like, who initiated that conversation?
Not to be unserious, but isn't it like the most egregious form of littering to hike up Mount Everest? A choice. Get stuck, pass away, and your body's just there on the mountain? Is that not the most egregious form of littering? Littering in the highest degree, your whole body? Like, I'm sorry. I understand that people enjoy what they enjoy. Climbing Mount Everest has always seemed like an unnecessary risk to me, but use your free will how you choose to. But like, just at the rate that people are going up there climbing and not coming back down, like, that's got to become a problem at some point. Like, there's going to be too many at some point. Like, it's not going to be good, right? Like, I understand it's very cold, preserves well, but it's just going to, like, I don't know. I just don't think that's right. Like, this is no hate to people who choose to do that. Truly, no hate at all. But, like, there's going to come a time where that's a problem. When it becomes a problem, where we have to say, okay, we can't keep having people hike up this mountain. There are too many bodies. Right. Or do they slide down? I'm
One thing that's so funny to me that white people say when people post videos talking about white people doing the most white people and shit, you'll see a lot of white folks in the comments saying, bitch, I'm white, but I'm not that white. And bitch, I know that's motherfucking right, because some of them do got common sense. Some of them really do. Like, for instance, this whole 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest, y'all could have just Googled the view. Not all of y'all done went up there as a troop. Fuck a group, that's a troop. And y'all done got stuck. Bitch, I know the Netflix movie is on the way. I already know, but seriously though, I it's glad to know that some of them got good common sense, because some of them just be doing stuff. I understand that a lot of things that are found out in life come from very curious white people, but sometimes you just ain't got to be so curious. Come on, George, chill with all that. Like, them people like, listen, I don't know what be going through them people's mind. Like, my mind is just not wired like that. Like, yes, my skin is white, but my mind is just not set up to be doing dumb shit like that.
And what the fuck do you mean 1,000 hikers are stuck on fucking Mount Everest? Mount Optional Everest? Like the mountain that you actually don't have to climb, Mount Everest? Like the mountain whose PR team has made it very clear that if you climb this fucking mountain, you are going to die, Mount Everest? A mountain that is...
I have a couple things to say, and I want you to hear me out, okay? Understand, when you climb on a mountain past 10,000 feet, your body is slowly dying. Confirming. You're on Mount Everest, where for you to go to each one of your resting locations, you have to walk past a dead man's person to confirm you're going the right direction. Oh, that's the guy in the blue. right? We don't know what happened to him, but he just did. Oh yeah, that's the guy in the orange. We don't know what happened to him, but he just did. Oh, this is so and so. He ate his 3 friends so that he could survive, but he ended up dying. It's not a place I need to go. Secondly, there are ladders that are held together by rope. You know what I'm saying? Meaning at any point, when these flimsy ass ladders could just flip to the side and you is dead. Right? There are times where like what you're stepping on is just 3 inches, side to side. That's it. Right? But at the exact same time, knowing that you guys are putting your lives at risk to do this, instead of just getting the helicopter to drop you off there so you can say, hey, I did it, click, 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 get the ego boost and go home, y'all chose to do this. The reason why I'm glad you're stuck up there in that blizzard is because the tour guide that you guys, the shippers, or whatever the name is, that show you guys how to get there, you guys don't pay them nothing. You don't gotta pay them nothing. You don't give them nothing. They just doing this for the shits and giggles, right? I think that's your karma for not paying them. Because no one told you to go there. That's one. Number one, no one told you to go there. Number two, you don't pay them, the native people that's taking you up there. You gotta take care of the horse. That's one reason, right? Another thing is this. Why would you go somewhere that there's a better chance of you dying than you making it to the top? There's more of a likely chance of dying of frostbite. Do you understand what that is? To get so cold that your body's going to hurt. And there are your external digits, meaning your fingers, toes, arms, will calcify and get hard enough where you tap it against a table, you won't feel anything, and it'll just break off as if it's porcelain. I'm good by it. Like,
all white people, I just want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. I want to know what would make you want to climb Mount Everest. There are 1,000 people that are stuck on Mount Everest right now. It's snowing, it's blazing, it's crazy. I mean, it's the damn mountain that has so many dead bodies. You guys keep climbing over these dead bodies and use some of them as landmarks to get to. Like I don't get it. I just want somebody to make it make sense. Now 1,000 people are out there busy asking for help and asking for rescuers to come and really? Whose partner's gonna come and rescue and oh my God, and risk their lives? I mean, this is the same mountain that PR of the mountain, the guys that do the PR for Mount Everest have told us that this is not an easy thing for you guys to be doing. Not only that, people are paying like $30,000, $100,000 to, I mean, this is rich people kind of problem. I'm sorry, like this is rich people problem. And I guess this is why some families just don't get the loved ones to come back, because it's such a huge risk. 1,000 people. I don't know. And I don't want to say in more of these videos because they can't breathe. They've got frostbite on their face. They're losing their limbs. Somebody else was just left there dying. I find another sport. Like, why you guys gotta be extra? If you're not freaking swimming with the sharks or going into submarines, you are out here. Get black friends. Get black friends.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this episode we prepared for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
What beats my mind is the fact that people cautiously take themselves to such dangerous places, and I feel like it might be because people just want that idea of bragging about having visited an exotic place and having done an exotic activity.
Not only exotic, but having conquered something,
Right.
And if you look at the type of people who usually do this kind of dangerous activities, they have that conquering adventurous spirit, because you can never see a black person. Well, Mount Everest has had a few compared to the white people, right? But in general, you never find black people doing such extreme sports. Even things like skydiving, you find very few black people doing it. People who usually go on top of mountains and then they dive down with those things that look like wings, So my question is, why would you endanger your life knowing full well the risks that are here? You're even presented with a contract to sign for you
that
to
is
see.
When it's really
that is
bad,
when it's really bad. Why would you consciously walk your 2 feet up a mountain and risk coming back down with no feet.
Anyway, that is just how some people feel. But you do have to say also, on the flip side of it, if you go to do such an activity, that's a challenge. And when you come back down, you know, that is something you can really, really brag about. And I feel like to prove to yourself that it's the greatest show of strength, you know. So I kind of...
And endurance.
Exactly. Also, it proves how much you can endure situations, you know. And personally, I feel like if I went through that and came back, I'd be feeling like a mini god on earth, you know.
Right,
but
because I think the highest place we've ever gone hiking, both of us, is just a hill, a small hill, you know. And when you came back down, because we almost gave up the climb, when you came back down, you felt like mentally
the first people.
Yeah, and you felt like mentally we were stronger for it. But would I ever take my 2 legs to go climb a mountain? Hell no.
No. And guys, I'm aware that there are some people who are saying that for you to climb Mount Everest, you have to pay 30,000 or 40,000, right? And I'm asking myself,
and also
40,000...
before the actual climb, I heard that people usually go there 3 months prior to the climb so that you can get used to the weather. You can start eating, you know, like to adjust your body in
towards that type of lifestyle.
Right. So I'm asking myself, you even have 3 whole months of reconsidering your decision. Why then would you just take yourself and go to Mount Everest, knowing full well, as our speakers have spoken today, knowing full well that the only landmarks to the summit are, you know, unalived bodies.
But also, like $40,000 is a lot of money. In Kenya, that is around 5 million Kenyan shillings. That's a lot of money, guys. And keep in mind, 1,000 people have been stuck up there. So it means that is $40,000 times 1,000 people. That is 40,000.
No, 40 million.
40 million. So the government of Nepal, they just made that government rich by $40 million, you know. And I hope at the very least, the country is doing well for the citizens, because that is a hotspot touristic activity, you know.
Of which, back when we were growing up, we'd see documentaries of survivors of Mount Everest, especially the ones who experienced a near-death experience with Mount Everest, right? And we used to watch these documentaries crying and bawling our eyes out, and we were like, oh, they are heroes for making it out alive. And then, you know, the only source of information about the Everest and the climb would be these documentaries growing up, of course, because internet was not as advanced as it is right now, and as common as it is right now, you know. So right now, the internet is so common to a point where me myself, before I start admiring someone who goes to Mount Everest, I first have to surf through the net to get some sense into me, into why or how people would even go there in the first place.
Right. And the funny thing is that there are people out there who are telling you the experience. I feel like you should be able to learn from other people's experience. But oh no, you know, you still got... I can't explain someone's sense of adventure. But this is a case where probably maybe they had plenty cash flow where they wanted to just spend it and
something different.
Yeah, exactly. What I know with wealthy people is that, or at least it's said, that they like trying out new things when they are bored. You remember the ones who died in a submarine in America?
The ones who paid for a little submarine to go and see.
Was it $250,000?
I don't remember the exact figure. They wanted to go see the Titanic ship, and the thing they were going with down there, the small ship they were going with down there, it exploded before they even got to... Anyway.
You see the activities rich people to participate in. And even in that submarine, how many white people were there and how many black people were there? You know,
were there any black people in the submarine?
I don't think so, guys. And I remember somebody making a joke and talking about how even deep sea divers, a lot of them are white people. So, and that person was asking white people, what is it exactly they normally look for, you know, when they go to these dangerous expeditions, you know.
Right, because I even see someone will go and set up a mere tent next to a bear cave. A tent, just colored, you know, green, and then you're going to set up next to a bear tent that you're doing documentary. People white people, please relax.
Anyway, guys, let's just leave it at that. At the end of the day, I do wish them all the best, and I hope they come
I think
back
they were
down.
rescued.
They were. Everybody.
I don't know if it was everybody, but a good number was rescued, I heard.
And maybe
also,
serve as a lesson to those people who are watching and thinking about
the 1,000 people. Plus, I do feel like everything do happen for a reason, and if as they claimed, this was supposed to be a good weather month, and this blizzard happened, number one. And then number two, if they didn't get to go that far, and they were forced to come back down, things happen for a reason.
Right.
And there's a reason God made them come back down. Right, because, you know, you could have very well easily been added statistic of a body that is being used as a landmark. Because the saddest thing is, guys, do you know the one of the most famous landmarks when you're about to reach the summit of Mount Everest?
this blue jacket.
Is he the same person as the green boots?
I don't know. I don't know. Just guessing. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, me, I knew of the green boots. I don't know if he had a green jacket or if your green jacket, blue jacket is a different person. And I've also heard of the Sleeping Beauty, the lady who, you know. Yeah.
That's sad.
And she was called Sleeping Beauty because when people pass her, you know, body, she looked like she was peacefully sleeping.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that is history preserved right there, you know.
You know, I often wonder, what if Mount Everest was to melt its ice, all of its ice? It will be stinking.
I know.
Because like those are just yes. Those are just the bodies you can see. What of the bodies that have been buried deep down with ice?
Anyway, guys, that's a dark hole we're going into.
Right.
Let's just leave the episode here. Let us know what you think about this in the comment section. Also, consider subscribing if it's your first time here, and we'll catch you on our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning into ours, right?
Right.